What's going on? You got DJ Brainstorm on the mic with you right now, coming to you live and direct with episode number 107 of the Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts podcast.
Yeah.
Live here again on Sundays as usual. Playboy, how you feeling this week?
What's going on with it, man? Playboy the DJ, man. Playboy D-A-DJ. Another week, man. I'm excited about this week, man.
That's cool.
I'm very excited about this week.
That's cool. Big Dev, what's going on? How you feeling today?
What's going on, man? I feel good, man. You know what I'm saying? Big Dev just here to spread love in a world full of hate, man. You know what I'm saying?
As always.
The real Big Dev 216 everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
Right. You was a little late this week, Playboy. Right. A little late on it. All right, this week we got a special guest in the building with us. We got singer-songwriter Jayshawn Champion in the building with us this week. What's going on, homie?
What up, fellas?
What's going on, man? How you feeling, man?
I'm cooling, man. It's a Sunday afternoon, man. It's a beautiful day. We in Cleveland. God is good.
Yes.
We got drink.
The city is still standing.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, man, we gonna survive. Come on, dude. That's what we do.
Yes.
We survive.
For the people that are tuning in on the live feed, we already want to say thank you for tuning in. As always, let us know if our volume is good. Make sure that y'all can hear us just as good as we can, as good as y'all can see us. So, how's everybody's week been going on? Playboy, how was your week?
Everything was cool, man. Just Wade kicked my ass at work, man. Mm-hmm. Like, for real. Nigga tired. Like, for real. I was so tired I couldn't even go to sleep. Like,
that's
for real.
tired.
Damn,
that's tired.
I was tired. Like, for real, I got off at work, like, what was that, Friday?
Right.
Like 4 in the
That's
morning.
tired, bro.
And I couldn't go to sleep till like 6:30.
My daughter must be that tired every day.
Like, it was
Because your daughter never go to
She'll
sleep.
never want to go to sleep.
How old is your baby, D?
4.
Oh,
Yeah.
she ain't never going. She
allergic to sleep.
like she get mad when it's time to go to sleep. Yeah, that's that age. That's that age. Sleepy? No,
right.
not at all.
That's what's up.
How was your week?
Man, I had a pretty good week. I barbecued twice. I barbecued at the house, then I had to barbecue.
Wait. On one of them hot ass days?
Man, it was hot as hell on 4th of July.
Shit, it was hot as a motherfucker.
And then
The
my
4th was crazy.
Yeah, then my nephew's birthday was yesterday, so I barbecued for that. But, man, I ended the day yesterday. I played 33, man. I ain't played 33.
What?
Nigga. I ain't played.
You better have one. You
You know what? Let me tell you something. We played.
You could tell by that laugh that he obviously didn't win.
No, this shit went left. It went left. I won. It was 6 of us. Six.
Right.
4 older dudes, 2 younger dudes. We played horse.
Yeah.
I won horse, but horse took about a half hour. Niggas was breaking everything. So by the time we got to 33, first of all, they live in Solon, so it's like they hearing real hood sounds in the driveway in Solon.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. That's a movie.
We get
Fuck that.
exactly. We get to 33. We only got to 16. It was 16, 16, 14. Only 3 of us made it.
Man.
From horse to 33. Then we couldn't make it through, man.
Wow.
I pulled like my body muscle, bro.
That's
like,
hilarious.
I hit a spin move.
So you ain't pulled no muscle in particular. You
I
pulled a body
everything,
muscle.
bro. I pulled a spin move.
Did you really?
I feel like my life was over, man.
But Dave, you played in high school.
I
didn't you?
played in high school.
Yeah, big red Express.
Red
Let's
Ball
go.
Express.
Red Ball Express.
I ain't played outside 33, bro.
33.
Outside.
But remember, but remember how intense 33 used to be?
Man, it was so intense.
Cause you make the shot, then you shoot 3 free throws, right?
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Right. Then you take it out.
Yeah.
Man, I used to go on.
I wasn't challenging shots the way I should yesterday. It was rough. It was ugly. It was an ugly game, man. But it was
That's
fun
crazy.
though, man. It was fun.
Y'all should have played 21. That's what we used to play when
we
I
was
was in the
talking about
South.
that.
When I was in the South, we played 21.
When I went to
down south shit.
Cleveland, the only place with Polish boys in 33. Don't nobody else got either one, man.
And big ass corned
Hey
beef
man,
sandwiches.
Cleveland ain't a 33 game,
We
man.
the only 33.
What the hell?
I get to
We gotta
college.
find that out, man. Who in the hell invented 33?
I don't know why we do 33. I get to college, everybody played 21.
That's hilarious.
Everybody.
I never heard of 21 until I got to college at Alabama State.
Nobody.
Wow. Wait, y'all didn't play what was the remember on who had Nintendo?
Oh,
Yeah.
What was it called? Hoops?
They did have it on there.
They had 21.
They did have it.
Oh.
You're
I
right.
paid attention to that.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Then they got it on with the older 2Ks from a couple years ago. You know,
Yeah, see, y'all.
we ain't get into that.
So
We
anyway,
got 2K5 here.
If you got a PS4, holla at me. Big Dev too.
he's throwing hella shots already.
No, y'all. Listen, y'all. I was happy. I walked into the spot and I seen an Xbox and I told them, damn, it looked like a hog. I'm finna hit something right quick. Man, he like, yeah, I don't even play that. That's the old Xbox. I'm like, man, I'm thinking we finna get it on 2K.
The opening screen got the Pistons and the Celtics. You know what I'm talking about? You know they had it, the finals rematch in the last.
Double dribble.
Oh, but
Come on, man. Y'all done?
Hey,
All the sex alike walking into the arena.
listen, man. But you couldn't tell us nothing back then with the double dribble. It was
Oh,
crazy.
yeah, we had to earn it with those video games.
Man,
back then, so.
yeah, we did.
For the other people tuning in, I see you. What's up, BJ? What's up, Kelly? Like the feed, share the feed. Again, we got singer-songwriter Jayshawn Champion in the building. We're going to get into his music background, some of his stories,
man.
all those different things. So before we get...
this Saturday.
Yeah. Oh, and this Saturday coming up for those of you in Cleveland and everybody out of town too. If you want to pull up for the day, we got sundresses and V-necks going on downtown at Take 5 Lounge.
Man,
it's a birthday celebration for Mr. Champion sitting right here. It's going to be a lot of performers. I was at the last one in October. We had the pleasure of DJing that event. And
they did a hell of a job, y'all.
And it was crazy. So we're looking forward to this Saturday. So we're about to get into that in a little bit. But before we do, I never even said how my week was. You know, old women been checking me this week.
Whoa.
Hold on, checking you like.
They've been on my ass this week.
Okay.
So y'all know that, you know, out here in Mayfield, traffic in this area, especially in the Assam area, it's crazy. You know, it bottlenecks right there a lot of times. So I'm sitting there on, I think, Wednesday. I get caught like halfway in the intersection because the light changes and nobody in front of you is moving. Y'all know how that happens.
Hate it.
This white lady was coming out of the one lot, trying to cross the street over into the Walmart. She pulled in front of me, slowed down, looked at me, and called me an asshole. This old white lady. Now
I'm glad it was a white lady. I was gonna talk.
I get road. Yeah. I get.
Was it permit patty, nigga?
I get road rage, but I'm the type that shit. I'm in my car cussing. You know, I don't even really hunt the horn.
What'd you say when you cussed?
I
want to hear what the
stuck
cuss
my
word.
middle finger out the window and said, "Fuck you." I swear to God, I did. That shit pissed me off. That shit pissed me the fuck off.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did.
No, so she tried me, and then that had to be on Tuesday.
He said she tried me.
Look, hey, if we was parking in the same spot, we'd have had some words.
You was squared up with
her.
With your vet. What was her name? You was squared up with her.
Yeah, she's like an old ass. She's like a white Miss Jerry. It's like we can go.
Them beige capris.
Miss Jerry, come on, nigga.
Oh yeah, we can go.
Them cut off shirts. She had a beige capris. Like a soccer mom.
I stuck my whole middle finger and arm out the window and said, "Fuck you."
That's a wow.
And then I'm in the dollar store. What was it on the 4th? So what was that, Wednesday?
Yeah.
I'm in the dollar store because we ran out of buns. I ran across the street, go get some buns. I can't find them in the store. There's two people standing there, both in black shirts. You know, so I'm like, excuse me, can y'all let me know where to find the buns? It's a taller black guy.
They work there.
No, they didn't.
It's a taller black guy, and it's an older black lady with a smock on, pushing the cart. She looked at me and said, "Do I look like I work here?" Bitch, yes you do. You got a smock on. You got a smock on. Like, come on.
Yo. See, listen. For all of you all who don't understand this, I've never heard Mo. Mo was such a chill kind of guy in high school. So to hear him say, "Bitch, yes you do," I'm like, whoa.
I mean, that's just an answer to that question. Like, yes, you got a smock on in the store.
Right. Or she could have been a hairdresser. Right. And 9 times out of 10, she probably was, but she came at you with that attitude.
Right.
Well, she should have took the smock off and left it in the car.
My God.
If you got that's like the people that got on a red shirt in Target. You know, some people do that for fun.
Listen, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I told my wife I want to do it one day.
Right.
And she was like, no, she told me no, I couldn't do it, but I would have did it, and I'd have did it for about an hour. And I'd have asked for tips. I'd be like, yeah. Excuse me, can you show me where the hair products are? Sure, I'll show you. Sure, I'll show you. It's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost you.
No, but it's gonna you be taking people to the wrong department in the store. That's what you should do. Take them to the wrong department.
For sure. My week, thank you for asking.
Oh,
my week was moving. My week was cool.
Hold on, before you continue.
All right.
So how was your week?
You know, my man Mo. My week was cool, man. I was nervous about moving, but that was smooth and easy. Shout out to Move for Less. They did a hell of a job moving me and my wife out of where we stay to our new spot, and we got bigger space. I needed my own space, fellas. Mm-hmm. My wife, when we got together years ago, I moved in with her, and she had a nice little quaint apartment, but I needed more room.
Right.
So we outgrew that, and now we got a lot more room, better neighborhood. So my week was cool, man. Shout out to Sisterhood, Summer of Sisterhood. Okay. This is my 3rd year in a row with those girls, man. It's a great program. If you got any young girls, little girls from the ages of 10 to 17, it's a great situation. At the Westside Community House, they do arts program every summer with arts such as music, dance, and theater. And at the end of the summer, they do a program at CSU, and they showcase the music they wrote with dances and, poems and whole scenes. It's an incredible program. It's my 3rd year with that. So that's what I was doing all week, recording the songs on the girls, and that was great.
That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, so we're going to get into it for the week. Yes. First thing I want to do is the tweet of the week. What happens with me is I'm always on Twitter throughout the week, and I always come across crazy. Twitter is a crazy place to live these days.
It is.
So I saw a tweet. Let's hit this real quick before we get into the meat of the show. Says, this is like the most popular one, I think, this week. Says, black people never want to teach you how to play spades. They just say, you don't know how to play spades really loud after you've already said you don't know how to play spades. And then they start telling people you don't know how to play spades.
Exactly. So you got to let niggas know they wasn't raised right.
Yeah. I want to ask everybody at the table. Everybody here know how to play spades, right?
Correct.
I'm just fucking with y'all. I can play. I'm just fucking
I was about to say, I know you ain't coming to the house talking about my video game, and you can't, and you don't know how to count books. I'm just saying.
Because you know what? You will have a motherfucker say, y'all can play spades, and be it 2 and got 5 in his hand.
Right.
Bitch, we could have went to O.
It was
we done got 13 books, and we could have went to O.
Right.
Exactly.
It was a cool April day. The day after I was born, April 2nd, 1982, when I said, you know what? I was born April 1st. This is the day after.
Okay.
I said, you know what? I'm
bored.
bored.
You thought we were stupid?
Some of the people.
I got you. I got you.
I said, you know what? I'm bored. I think I'm going to create this game. I named it.
You that confident, huh?
Oh, you? Okay. All right, then. All right, bro.
And Spades was born, man.
Listen.
36 years later. You know what I'm saying?
To this day, I will not play with my wife. Because she reneged. What, babe?
No.
Never again.
No.
Sadly, in my family,
I feel you, bro.
there was one Memorial Day weekend. Family I wasn't close to on my mom's side.
You used to be close.
No, it ain't even that. It's just it was older family. But they were together on a Memorial Day, and I think it was some cards being played, there was some drinks being had, some words being said, and somebody got shot.
Damn.
Like, for real.
Over spades?
Over a lot of shit. Spades was probably in the middle of it, though.
That probably started the shit.
Off.
Yeah, so it's just, spades is one of those things where if you don't know how to play, you got to learn somehow. Like, I don't know, Google tells you everything. Ask Siri, I don't know.
But you know what? There's only so much you can learn with Google because there are little nuances that you got to know. Like if I got 2 clubs and those clubs are the ace and the king, I'm cutting those clubs. If my partner has the queen and if he throw out that queen, that lets me know something. He may be long.
Yeah.
So a person can't. He can only
exactly. Which means they got all the other clubs. Exactly. It's little nuances.
It's little stuff.
To me, it's kind of like I don't smoke, and I feel like the older I get, the cornier it will be for me to be like, hey,
let's blow.
I'm 36. What I look like. Right. That's how I feel like with spades. If you don't know by now,
yeah,
you ain't gonna
just charge it to the game.
Y'all
bro.
play bid whist?
I've played before.
How you like it?
I actually like it a little bit more than spades. I think it keeps you a little bit more honest. If I remember the way you were playing.
I've never played.
Yeah, my father.
My grandmother was playing one day, so she was teaching me a little bit. But yeah, I think it kind of keeps you a little bit more honest with your the way you have to put your stuff out there. But I don't know. It's been a while since I played.
And you call it Trump with it, whatever you call it. I think with bid whist.
You can call Trump.
I mean, well, as far as whatever, it don't have to be spades. Spades don't have to be the high. You know, the Trump cards.
I feel like LeBron invented that. Right. That's the shit LeBron invented.
Hey, Deb Reed, you piece of shit. Hey, Deb Reed is the worst Cleveland fan ever. Even though he is a Cleveland fan, he gonna keep it 100,000 with you. And sometimes it stings. Sometimes that truth stings, man. Deb Reed and Jeremy Adams get on my motherfucking nerves, man.
y'all posts do well. See, I don't know about Jeremy's, but your posts be blowing me sometime. I can't even lie. I can't even lie.
Because my emotions take over too.
Listen,
we all do.
Emotional.
We all do.
Yeah, you already know.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Let's get into a little bit of the show. Again, for everybody that's tuned in right now, we have singer-songwriter Jayshawn Champion in the house with us, producer too.
Man.
So let's start out with the easy things. Where did your love of music come from, and how did you get started? With along that whole path.
What's crazy is, man, church. I mean, okay. My love for music. My grandmother says she used to sit me in front of the TV with chitlin buckets and 2 spoons.
Okay.
And whenever commercials would come on, if it was music to it, I was playing the beat to it. So that's where it started at. And getting up playing drums in church at 4 years old. One afternoon, they said the church drummer hadn't showed up. And the way the drums were situated at my church, whoever go up to the drums, you can see them because it's right by the organ or whatever. Nobody saw me this apparent afternoon. I got up on the drums, and my foot could not reach the pedal, but I was keeping beat. And they looked over, and they're like, Sean, let's get Sean off the drums. And my pastor at the time was like, no, let him stay. And I kept beating. So that's where I started at, man. And then all of a sudden, man, I started loving Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is basically in my musical DNA. That Thriller album, my mother, she would be saved one week and then not saved another week and then backslide. And she would hide Thriller's album, but every time she hit it, I would go find that Thriller album before she get home from work, and I would play that shit, and it was incredible. Then as years went by, I learned I could sing. 1990, never forget it. Like I learned I was like, damn, I could really sing. My ears told me, nigga, you can sing. I started singing Let's Chill by Guy. And then I learned that girls like that shit. And I was like, damn,
play this role.
Damn, I got powers. I didn't know that. So from there, make a long story short, got to high school. My brother was in this group called Men at Large back in the day.
Yes, sir.
1992.
That's a Cleveland legends right there.
Yeah, man. Jayshawn Champion. Shout out to him, man.
Oh, no doubt.
He was in a group called Men at Large that was discovered by Gerald Levert. So when I grew up, I was like, yeah, man, I want to do what my brother's doing. So ended up meeting some producers from here. They were called Eric and Christopher. And you know how sometimes you'll meet producers that call themselves producers, but they shit be shitty. This wasn't the case with these cats. These cats was really, really dope.
Yeah, okay.
I was just because I listened to a lot of shit back in the day. I listened to The Chronic. I listened to Tribe Called Quest. I listened to when I was 8 years old, I was listening to Take 6, while everybody else was listening to, other shit, so that I didn't know at that time it was getting me ready for where my life was going. So I met these cats, man, and my brother ended up I met them through my brother, Jason. My brother ended up moving to Michigan, and while I was, when he left, I started still going over his producer's house. And I'm like, you know what, man, fuck this. I want to sing like my brother, you know what I'm saying? And back then, I knew Marlon Coles.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. The homie.
So I was like, man, you know what? We should do a group. Like Men at Large 2 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Marlon at the time was singing with the homies that he knew from Kirk or whatever.
Okay.
And when I got to high school, I was like, man, you bump that. Ditch them. Me and you, we finna be raw.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I Lightweight had a little popularity because my brother was on the radio at the time. Charles Kennedy and them Super Chubs used to be like, what up, Men at Large? Or, what up, Men at Large? What up, man? And we ended up going over to Christopher's house one day. And I was like, yo, man, I want to be an artist. And I started singing a song to those cats that I had written. And I was like, yeah, man, so let's start the beat or whatever. They was like, who wrote this song though, Sean, for real? I was like, me? All right, cool. I'm trying to get out the hood. I'm trying to get this money up so I get my mother a house and all that shit. They was like, no, seriously, Jay, who wrote that song? Because we don't want to start no music on some shit. And we found out you stole somebody's song. I was like, no, I wrote the song. So the cast was like, man, you should be a songwriter. And I was like, why? And they said, because of people like Babyface, Diane Warren. At the time, they told me about Rodney Jerkins, and they told me about what they do and how they do it and how much money they was getting paid. I said, oh, okay, cool. I'll be a songwriter.
Yeah, exactly.
So the rest is history. That's how I got started. I went too far. My bad.
No, you know.
No,
man.
that kind of leads me into my next question for you, and it's simple. Give me some of your discography, man. Get the fans a little list of the
I
people
wrote
that
some
you
down, but you got some stuff out there, and then I think, do you get your credits under your other name?
Under my first name.
Yeah,
What y'all
okay.
knew me at James
Yeah,
Smith.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I've written for my three biggest records to date are Same Girl by R. Kelly and Usher, Ride With You by Joe and G Unit, and the song that Genuine did in 2004 called Love You More. Those are my three biggest songs, but I've worked with Drew Hill, Charlie Wilson, Dave Hollister, Tony Braxton, the Cheetah Girls. Who else have I worked with? God rest his soul, I worked with Gerald before he passed. Some other folks. Man, I don't know. Bow Wow and Omarion, and I worked on that Face Off album.
I remember
Mario,
that. I seen that,
Faith Evans. Did I say Faith already?
No,
I don't
yeah,
know.
no.
But yeah, some other people. Fred Hammond on the gospel side. My own brother. He has a couple. I was on his first album. That was on EMI, and I currently have his single out right now. Are You Ready? Go check it out, please. It's on My Block Records.
yeah.
Are You Ready, Jayshawn Champion?
Real talk.
Man, and right now, you can also go check out that new Eric Nolan.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
A new record.
Yeah.
It's called In My Life, written and produced by myself, produced by my man Phil Jones, all the way in Dallas, Texas. Or is he in Houston? Whatever, Texas. He in one of them hot ass places. But we did that together, man. And I mean, the list just goes on, man.
Yeah.
Silk. I mean, whatever, man.
I like his song that's on the radio. I do like the Eric Nolan on the On My Way.
OMW.
Yeah, OMW. Yeah, I that's a nice groove.
Thanks, man. Did you play it?
Yeah, I do.
Stop lying.
No, I do play.
Oh, my
Absolutely,
nigga,
yeah.
my nigga.
I mean, and then
Don't just tell me.
I remember once we were doing a party for Dale and Bo Powell, and they were doing a party for their I can't remember, it was their mom or their father, a birthday party. We DJ'd that event, and I remember you asked if I had that Janet Jackson. What is it? The No Sleep. He was vibing off that one, and I thought that might have been yours. I remember asking you, like, is that one yours too? And you was like, nah.
I wished. I love that record. That summer. I could not stop playing that No Sleep record, but that was Jam and Lewis. Jam and Lewis make hits.
Right.
They don't give a fuck. When you dope like that, you can transcend time.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Jam and Lewis been doing this since the fucking late 70s, 80s, 90s. They done signed people to them. They was on albums. They was on Usher's album Confessions, and they hit us with the No Sleep. I was like, man, these motherfuckers just don't die.
They keep going.
They keep going.
Yeah.
crazy.
So going back to your early start, so you have a bigger love for being a songwriter than an actual singer.
Yeah, man, fuck singing. I don't really give a shit about singing.
Okay.
I really don't. And people like, man, well, why you doing Champion and Coles? I'm really doing Champion and Coles for motherfuckers that know we write.
Okay.
Like Marlon's a hell of a writer too. So we do that. So motherfuckers say, man, well, can y'all write me a song like that? You know what I'm saying? Because we got some ratchet shit too that we haven't put out yet. So we can let motherfuckers know we ain't just your typical 40-year-old writers that just can't. We can keep up.
Right.
But the whole singing, and then I like the stage. The stage is fun. You know what I'm saying? I like to be a fool. You see this big ass person up on stage acting a fool. I like for the people to just, if you can hold somebody's attention, that's a hard thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially in clubs and things like that. People, they will talk on your ass. You know what I'm saying? You'll see flat out. Like, it's to be a comedian, to be a performer, to be a preacher, politician, you got to have something that people say, hey, I'm looking at you, and you keeping my attention. You dig what I'm saying? So I love that. Singing, no, Lord forgive me for saying F singing. I don't want to say F singing, but yeah, I do. I mean, I'm a songwriter. I can sing, but I'm not a singer.
I get it. So we have a question in our feed right now. Our homegirl April, she's saying, what's your favorite song that you've written so far?
I haven't written it yet, April.
That's dope.
That's what's up.
That's the perfect answer.
I haven't written it yet. And I don't know what April, I don't know what's gonna make it my favorite song. Maybe when I got like 7 figures in the bank, maybe I'm like, that's my favorite song. But then what if it's a bullshit song? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was playing the other day and I made up a song and I called my man Sam Wilson, shout out to Big Deuce, and I said, Sam, I should do a song like this. And Sam was like, in this day and age, you may not want to do this song. It was something very crazy. I'll tell y'all off air what it was. But I was like, man, this will give me a lot of money. He was like, no. In this day and age that we live in, you might not want to do that. So, April, I haven't written it yet. I couldn't tell you that, sis.
What's up, man? I got a question for you, man.
What up, D?
I know you can't really pick a favorite song, but I think from the consumers, the fans' perspective, one of the most interesting songs is definitely Same Girl.
Definitely.
Right.
Given the artists, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
Given their progression in life,
Yeah, right.
they're involved in now, they have been involved in. Is there
You should have threw your quote, air quotes, nigga.
is there a Same Girl story? Like, how did that come about, man? How did that?
All right, so my man Ronnie Jackson, Lil Ronnie, producer from Kansas City, he and I were working. Ronnie's done. He did what else? Ronnie did Same Girl. He also did Flirt for R. Kelly.
Okay.
And Flirt, what happened was Flirt was actually supposed to be on Bow Wow's album. It was on Bow Wow's album around the same time. And what the label, what Columbia did was Sony Columbia, they didn't give R. Kelly his credit. And R. Kelly was like, oh, really? You got me fucked up. So he made it a record. And it blew out the wind. So Lil Ronnie and me, let's go back a little bit. Lil Ronnie and me, we were working on a group called Nephew in Atlanta.
Okay.
4 guys that they were signed to Show Nuff, which was Jazzy Faye's label, back then.
Yeah.
And we did a whole bunch of motherfucking records, man. And always coming up with concepts and stuff like that. And back then, when I was writing, I was really, really careful, and I was really detailed in my records. So I wanted you to be able to see every damn thing. You know what I'm saying? So I would sit down and literally write. I don't do that no more. It's become so like second nature to me. I just go in the booth and just mumble and then come up with the words, right? But anyway, back then we were playing Madden or whatever, and we was like, yeah, man, we gonna blow Nephew up. They was fucking with us or whatever, and we was playing Madden. I looked over at Ronnie and I was like, Same Girl. Ronnie was like, what? I said, Same Girl. I said, let's put 2 or 3 dudes in the group. Let's make a record to where they're fucking around with the same girl. Ronnie immediately put the pad down and said, let's go to the studio.
Right.
We stopped right there and we went to the fucking studio.
No concept.
At that time, we were working at Evander Holyfield's studio or whatever. So we went there that night, man, and I could not stay woke in that session for shit. So the actual music, which are all that shit, they made that shit that night. I could not stay woke for shit. So the next day, I sat up and I wrote the song, wrote Same Girl. And Nephew cut it. They did a great job, man. Shout out to Nephew, man, wherever y'all at. And it ended up not going. It fell through or whatever. We ended up...
That was for that group.
That was for that group
Okay.
at that time.
Okay.
Yeah. We wrote it for them. But me and Ronnie still knew, man, this song, Same Girl, still could be the shit. Flat out on somebody. So we was like, man, you know what? We played it for Joe. Oh, shout out to Joe, man. Joe, Jive Records, heard it at the time. Y'all remember Jive Records? Of course y'all do.
Yeah.
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I'm doing the podcast. I got Jayshawn Champion here, bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
This is
Yeah,
Jive.
Jayshawn Champion, bitch. You heard me? You know, so
Like,
You
this is
heard?
nephew. This is nephew. God damn it.
That's how it happened.
Excuse me.
and so
You got to excuse me.
right. So Jive heard the record, and they was like, well, you know what? The concept is bigger than the song. So it was like, all right, cool. So after Flirt happened, I got a phone call one day while I was still in Atlanta. A guy by the name of Rocky Bivens, who's married to Latasha from Escape. Rocky called me, and I forget, like a couple weeks before, I was sitting in Atlanta, and the R. Kelly video came on. I was like, man, I want to work with him one day. And my dude's wife, Brandy, she was like, you never know, you may get to work with him one day.
Speaking into existence. Ain't that what they say?
Yeah, that's what's up. So 2 weeks later, I get a phone call from Rocky. And Rocky like, yeah, man, so what kind of car you gonna buy me? I'm like, hello? Excuse me? He like, yeah, what kind of car you gonna buy me, nigga? I was like, what you mean, bruh? He said, yeah, I just want you to know that R. Kelly just heard Same Girl. and he's recording it with Usher right now as we speak.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
That's a phone call.
I was about to say, that's a phone call.
That's a phone call, nigga. I don't know what that was. He just got.
Hey, fellas, I was like, man, stop playing. Like, who the fuck is this? But Ronnie was on the phone with Rocky, and Ronnie hadn't said nothing. He was like, yo, Jay, don't hang up. This little Ronnie, nigga. This shit's real. And I was like, damn. So, about a week passed. No, 2 weeks passed. My dude Sounds, who worked at Usher's studio at the time, he called me. He was like, yo, I'm gonna send you this record, but you can't let nobody know I sent it to you. I'm gonna send you Usher's joint or whatever. Usher had cut it, but he cut it differently than what y'all hearing now. Usher made it sound like R. Kelly was the lame, like he was the side little square nigga.
Okay.
That's how he cut it. Kelly changed it lightweight to where it was like, well, we both got played. You know what I'm saying? So it was dope. Another week later, it was a world premiere on the radio all over the country. Yo, we got the new record by R. Kelly and Usher, same girl. Rodney Jerkins called my phone like, yo, congratulations, man. Because I had just met Rodney not too long ago. He was like, you handle your business? I had to go fly to Chicago to meet with Rob at his spot. That experience was crazy.
I'm about to say, was it?
we about to be like Charlamagne. So did you see any little girls?
Hey, man.
Was it rooms full of bitches?
Yeah, right.
Listen,
Was there any locked doors that you couldn't get in? You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to just say this.
Did you see the Grammy that he was actually in the background of?
Was there any masks
Was it
on?
was it wood paneling?
Hey, man.
Anywhere in the room?
Yo, man. Hey, man. Hey, I will say this. On
That's
some
my
real
favorite
shit,
artist ever.
They literally took a Polaroid picture of me
That's what's
before
up.
I went into the house.
Oh,
No. You have to sign this right here and not repeat shit you've seen or
Confidentiality.
heard.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. In this house.
so he can. So next question.
What was that, 07? That was like 10, 11 years ago. Did those shit expire? But anyway, that was an experience myself, because if there were things that I saw in that house, I know motherfuckers was looking at me at the time to see if I was paying attention to what he was doing. Rob. You know what I'm saying? If he did, let's just say if he did have some females in that, you know what I'm saying? And if he went
Cooking
to go,
eggs naked in the kitchen.
right, if he did have some females dog walking him and shit like that, if they was there like that, if he got up and walked, his people looked at me, and what was I doing? Looking straight the fuck ahead.
Yeah, I don't know what's going
Like,
on.
I'm not seeing this nigga. I see whatever I see in the peripheral, but I'm looking this way. Yeah,
I feel
but it was great, man. That was one of the funnest times of my life, man. Being able to go to the Velvet Room with R. Kelly, man, getting on the tour bus with him. His release party was at the Velvet Room down in Atlanta.
Oh, man.
That shit was incredible, man. I mean, the Velvet Room was about big as like a fucking airplane hangar, like
Damn.
3 of them. Big ass warehouse, and on one side, I mean, it had. I know it that night. It had to be about 5,000-6,000 people in that bitch.
Damn.
It was incredible, man. It was incredible. Man.
Wow, that's what's up, man.
And the checks about 9 months later, they were incredible too.
I got a question for you.
Yo.
And this is actually from April in the feed. Is there an artist that you haven't worked with that you like, you know, as far as you personally want to work with? That you just be like, I know if I write this shit, that's
Old
gonna-
or new?
or yeah, old or new.
Damn.
Good question.
Reboots will get you.
Good question.
About as much bread or more than current.
If you could
people
bring
Bring somebody-
somebody back, they fuck with you.
now. Yeah.
He gone, man, Michael. He gone. If I could have worked with Michael, and this is a true story, I wrote a record called Coffin. And this producer may be lying to me, but I never pegged him for a liar. He told me that Michael heard Coffin. And what I did was, in Coffin, I basically made a metaphor to whereas a dude was so hurt, he was so fucked up that he needed a coffin. So I made him a vampire in the song, but it was just a dope ass raw concept. So dude said Michael heard and he wanted to cut it. I was like, whatever, nigga. You know, and I know I sound stupid as fuck telling that story right now.
shit,
But I mean,
but I believe it.
Do you?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to let y'all hear that one day. This kid named Ernie Gaines cut it, man. It was dope too on him. He made it. I mean, and he sounds like Michael kind of.
Okay.
And they said they said Michael heard the song and he was like, I'd like to cut that. I'm like, oh shit,
Damn.
Mike.
Did the man upstairs cut his lights off? Damn.
Stop.
Hey, but you see Joe. Hey, you see Joe. Joe got up there and said, "You better get back to work, goddamn it." He got on that Drake album.
Yeah, I was about to say it.
On that Drake album, get your ass back to work.
Drake was right there for it, man. Yeah.
Oh man.
So, like, do you still get?
What up, Ryan?
Do you? And somebody a little bit earlier said that tell JC Love said what's up. So,
C Love, what up, family?
yeah. So, do you still get that same feeling to this day? Like when you hear something that you wrote on the radio?
Oh,
I mean, because I'm
Good question.
obviously same girl. I'm guessing that's the biggest one that you've done. So
yeah.
do you get that same feeling? Because the Genuine song, I didn't know until I started looking at all your credits. I didn't know that Genuine Love You More was yours because that was my shit on that
And
album.
you know what's crazy? That was a lot of people's shit. They was
cut.
a lot of people
Never
like,
knew.
man, you wrote that. That was my
And if
shit.
y'all don't know, that's on the Genuine, the senior
album.
Yeah,
album.
on the
I
low,
think it's
too.
right after
And
the in those jeans songs. I
Yup.
think it's right after that.
Yup.
And we was just listening to a couple tracks, and one of my favorite artists is, personally, Carl Thomas.
And
That
you did
First
the,
Love.
First Love. That you
I
got a
didn't write
credit.
that.
You got a credit on the website
Yeah.
for it.
Some other motherfucker named James Smith.
Okay.
I didn't write First
Okay,
Love.
we won't
I
get that one
didn't-
to
I
you.
didn't. Now Carl Thomas was one of my favorite artists, man, but I didn't write that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, they got you. They sure enough got you listed on that one.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah. But we also know that Joe ride with you. But back to the question.
They need to send that check.
yeah, they
Your
can
name
still send a
up.
check.
I'll take it. Thank you.
but still, do you still get that same feeling when if you got a song and it's on the radio? It's
Hell
the
yeah,
same
man,
thing. You're just happy.
because it's a blessing, man. Even though songs aren't my songs lately have not been as big as Same Girl, man. It's still a blessing, man, to know that you reaching hundreds of thousands of people with your sound, man. Like on Sirius XM, like Heart and Soul satellite radio.
Yeah.
I be having songs on there all the time. I don't really catch them because I don't really listen to it, but sometimes I might be up at the studio and I might have the cable on that channel, and some will come on that I wrote, and I'm like, wow, I wrote that song. You know what I'm saying? Like the new stuff, OMW and In My Life on Eric Nolan, man. People telling me they hear it on 107.3 The Wave. And
I hear it
that's
over
they
there all
shit.
the time,
They
yeah.
fuck with it. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
that's what's up. Makes me feel good, man. Hey, niece.
Oh, you saw that one? Yeah. Okay. Now it's another question that April's asking. What are your thoughts on the neo soul genre these days? You know, and actually, I guess in R&B as a whole, I know that's kind of what I want to ask you too.
Well, sweetheart, let's do this. Let's dead that term, neo soul.
Okay.
Back in the day, what was that guy's name? Anyway, he used to be D'Angelo's manager. I forgot this guy's name. Anyway, he coined that phrase neo soul. And from what I remember, neo means new. I mean, it was a cool little term back then, but soul is just soul, mama. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when you ask me, is there any particular artist you talking about?
No,
she
she just.
Jill
What do you
Scott,
think?
Dwelle.
Yeah.
Oh, Dwelle. I still love all that stuff. I love it. You know what I'm saying? There is a like neo soul at one point in time, man. It was just a gimmick, and you had everybody wanting to perform with their shoes off and burn incense
Grow their
while
hair out and
yeah,
stuff.
man. And at the end of the day, when you see Erykah Badu now, she don't even be on that. She a hip hop head. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, so neo soul. That term is just whatever. I love soul music, man. Like who's one of the new soul artists I like? Charlie Wilson. He ain't even though he ain't new.
Yeah, but yeah, I say this too, and I
Some
always say,
underground cats like Fonte. Him singing his shit. I like his stuff.
Fonte.
From
What group is that?
Out of the Roots, right?
yeah, it was from no, not Under the Roots. They from North Carolina. What the fuck is they? I can't call nobody's name today.
You're not thinking
Is that
about
the same cat that rocked with Zoe and Tigolo?
Yeah.
My cat. I
Yeah.
know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
think
yeah.
Tigolo is Fonte.
Yeah, I think that is Fonte.
Yeah.
They,
And
got,
they-
they
and
did the
they got-
80s remake. That's dope. Like all the 80s.
He
joints,
did written
soft
all over.
rock.
He did a written all over your face joint.
Yeah.
He remade written all over your face.
Yeah.
Him and Eric Roberson, they did an album together. What was the name of that damn group?
I know
He
who
did.
you're talking about.
I know. I think he fuck with the internet too.
Yeah,
Like, I fuck with
it-
them
it-
hard.
it-
Oh, internet?
Oh yeah.
It's. I wonder if it's the group I'm thinking of, and I see it on the
Little
on-
brother. Little brother.
Yeah.
Ninth Wonder produced them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really dope.
Yeah. So I mean, there's people out there that you could still find some stuff from. I feel like a lot of times what it is you have to kind of look for it because, in my opinion, the R&B scene still isn't as good as it was back in the day. It's more so of, like you were saying earlier, like you said, the trap soul stuff. That's almost what the neo soul was to me at one point.
Right, definitely. You got it. But you know what? The trap soul, those that master it the right way, Bryson Tiller and the 6 Lack, I like those cats.
Foreign Exchange. That's the group I was thinking of,
Foreign Exchange,
too.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
And Ryan put it in. That's the group I was thinking of, yeah.
Right.
Because when they met that group, I think they were actually fucking with each other over the internet. I don't think they were face-to-face when they first started doing some stuff, when I first started reading about them.
Foreign Exchange hard as fuck.
Yeah.
I fuck with them, too.
Yeah, but I'm sorry.
The R&B, I will say this. Even though the shit has changed, the music game is fucked up as far as making money, there are some dope ass independent artists out here.
Right.
The internet, all you gotta do is search. It's a lot of dope ass. Like who the hell is Timmy Higgins?
Yeah.
And you go hear his shit, and he just did his shit in his bedroom. He mixed and mastered his shit, cut it. I produced
Same way
it,
we do this podcast.
and the shit is raw.
He's out of LA named
Damn.
Joshua Dulett. That's cold.
Who's
man.
this?
Joshua Dulett. He out of LA.
Okay.
Man, dude, so cold, man.
Okay, see, I ain't
He
never,
just got
who the-
followers on Instagram.
Who
He
the
make
fuck
videos.
is Joshua Dulett?
Exactly. I heard the nigga because you know how I don't give a fuck. I love R&B is my lifeblood. Like, I love it. So you know how Instagram track your life and shit. So I always get videos of people singing and
Right.
shit. In my search, and I found that shit one day.
Now hold on,
Niggas
let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk. See what the fuck you like.
Exactly.
You gonna like this video.
Exactly.
It's like, man, what
And
the fuck?
then I'll be like, I think I like all these videos in my search.
This is crazy.
Them niggas, they peg me right. I'll be like,
Man,
who
who in
let
the
me watch all these?
Do they have like Instagram
them
people working
algorithms
24/7?
is
Yeah,
crazy.
That shit's
man.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
One,
They are.
one I just want to say
No, go
this.
ahead, go ahead.
I hope people know on Twitter, if somebody follows you, they now put in your feed if somebody else you follow likes a post.
Excuse me?
So if certain people are no names, they supposed to be in successful relationships and shit, but they be like, I always get, in case you missed it on Twitter.
Yeah, so you sign in.
And they're
yeah.
like, they didn't like 17 big booty girl pictures from the night
Oh,
before.
yeah. So, yeah.
On
yeah.
Twitter. I'm like, bro,
people-
you gonna get yourself in trouble. I'm about to DM him. Like, hey,
people don't.
stop,
yeah,
man.
They don't get that part.
On
that,
Twitter. It's on Twitter, though, not
that,
IG. But
yeah, that when you start liking other stuff,
They'll put it
you
in
will
your
see
feed.
it. Yeah, you will see it. So, I mean, you're not going to see everybody's.
I was checked on that about 5 years ago.
Bruh. I
Listen.
personally have called people like, bruh, I just
gotta
want
stop liking
to,
that shit.
like somebody didn't know once, real quick, y'all, that when they.
It wasn't me, was it? Shit.
No, they didn't know one day that that their Instagram and their Facebook was connected. So when they were liking pictures, it was showing up in their Facebook, and I had to call them like, bruh, just so you know, you need to disconnect that because what's happening right now is every time you like them chicks pictures, your wife is gonna see that. So you gotta disconnect that thing, fellas. Be more smart about your likes on your on social media. I'm telling y'all, man.
Nigga, I ain't liking nothing from this point on. I'll like it personally.
Twitter is bad.
I'll
yeah,
look at it and
so,
be like, hey,
like,
look, I like that.
Yeah.
So back to the music.
Don't want nobody get in trouble.
Yeah, so back to the music,
Yeah.
man. Goddamn. Hell no.
No.
So
go
man,
ahead.
yeah, man, I've been blessed, man, to have worked with a bunch of people, man. God has been good in my career so far. Keeping 100 with you. I'm not rich, but it's a little slow right now. Mm-hmm. I mean, but checks come in, pay
That's
a
what's
couple
up.
bills.
That's
pretty
what's
cool.
up. What's going on, Dave? See you in the feed. Now, I know you said earlier when you start your songwriting thing that you kind of just hum or whatever. Do you have to be in a mood? Like, are you sitting there and then all of a sudden, like when you said the same girl, you just popped in your head. Did you get like a moment that you're just like, man, boom, give me a piece of paper, let me go write it down, or let me just go record this right now?
It's,
or,
you know what, man? Because I'm so programmed now for cats to just send me beats, and if I hear a beat, like when I'm riding in my car, it's like the times where I really zone out and come up with dope ass ideas and shit like that. Song concepts, they come to me sometimes. Like I'll watch a movie. Somebody will say some shit like, "Your eyes set fire into my soul and make me." I'm like, damn, that'd be a nice little record right there. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But if somebody called me and say, "Hey man, we got this bread for you," then I just start writing. I just get to go. I'm a goer. I'm a goer. I'm a goer.
That inspires me.
Yeah.
Oh man,
That's what's up, man.
Y'all got anything? You got some more for him?
It's on the same line, but have you ever met someone personally in the industry that you was sort of starstruck?
Kelly. R. Kelly.
That would
R.
be
Kelly.
the biggest one.
Joe, because when I was a kid, at 12 and 13 years old, I was listening to Joe's very first album. Joe had his first album was called Everything, and his first single was I gotta have all or nothing, baby. With me there is no maybe. If you wanna be my lady, it's all or nothing.
I'm gonna take the bridge in a second.
So
All the ladies, they'll be all
hey, so when I met Joe, I was like, hey man. I was like, Joe, I was like, this shit is crazy. And I started singing that shit. He was like, whoa, I forgot about that song.
Man, that JoJo album is one of the most underrated albums
Come
of
on,
all
man.
time.
Come on, man. Joe, man. He
With
was,
Stutter and all that, man. That's one of the most
you talking
underrated.
about that album. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was his biggest shit.
I think my favorite was All That I Am.
That album? That
Joe
album
just
was
underrated all the way around,
I
man.
don't think he's underrated.
People
fam.
don't give him enough. I mean, you right.
Because-
I love Joe.
And I really, me myself, I personally don't like that term underrated.
I see.
Because if people know you, you are not
underrated.
underrated,
That's
man. If you got fans,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Joe is going to work for the rest of his life. He's not underrated. He just had his peak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people have their peak, and you don't never hear from them.
That's a good
Maybe
point.
if his name was Joe Cavius or some shit.
I don't know.
In fact, his name was Joe. It fucked up. It kind of was just like,
Hey.
oh, you thought a nigga to fix my tires? No, the singer.
That's a good point.
Uncle Joe
With
Tavius.
real quick,
No, go ahead.
with R. Kelly, I couldn't, because I had to do business with him, I couldn't show him that.
Okay.
When I went into his house and he was like, nigga, pull up a couch, big nigga. I was like, what up, man? But in the inside, I'm like, ah, look at R. Kelly.
Nah, I feel that.
12 play. Nigga went crazy.
Now, I did. You made that point about sometimes you just hit your point or whatever, and so I was going to ask you, why do you think people kind of disappear for a while? Because sometimes people are good, like they have albums, but they just like perfect example. You've worked with Music Soul Child before,
Yes,
right?
yes,
in
he's a
fact,
very good
in
friend
fact,
of mine.
yeah, because I was about to say, I think a year or so ago he was in Cleveland for a show. I remember y'all had a video up. Y'all was riding around the city, listening to music and
That's the
stuff.
homie.
But so to me, I pretty much have all his music.
Yeah.
I mean, the first song I remember was when he was on I think the Nutty Professor soundtrack before
that was his first
Okay,
song.
wait, before the
Just
first
Friends.
CD, before I Just Want to Sing came
That
out.
motherfucker blew out
Man,
the
he had a
water.
run.
So, but that's
2000. I
but
will never
I was
forget.
in
all
college.
of his CDs were great to me, and then it's like all of a sudden he kind of disappears for a while. I know people's musical interests change. Is that a part of it? It's just that your wave is up there and then it's gone.
Like I said, he's another one that he will be able to work for the rest of his life because he has those core fans. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's not there anymore.
Right.
But every time Music Soul Child do something, I know he gonna move about 100,000 units.
He just put out a song with Marsha Ambrosius a couple months back that I just saw today. It's His and Hers.
I haven't heard that.
It's dope.
Is it?
It's dope.
See, you got those two like Music Soul Child. You'll fuck around, man. Damn, where he been? He be on the Soul Train Awards. He'd do a nice little performance.
Right.
Like it's just them kind of cats. His music will sustain him for the rest of his life. Just like Joe, his music will stay. Like music just had a hit. Sometimes I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do.
Right.
I do. That had that little trap soul type feel to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It didn't blow, but that brought him back. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, music still making some cold shit.
Right.
You know? It is what it is. Love that nigga, man. Shout
So
out
do
to
you,
music,
so
man.
do you feel like you have to do that as an artist in order to I hate to say remain relevant, but do you feel like you have to kind of change with the
Change.
culture and the times?
I think so. You need to. You know what I'm saying? You need to, but don't be corny with it.
Yeah.
Don't be corny like niggas, because motherfuckers be like, oh, you corny, you a cornball. Flat the fuck out. We don't believe that shit. Period. But if you do some shit and you strategically make it dope, but at the same time you middle ground to where your fans will fuck with it and youngins will fuck with it too, you'll be okay. You'll be okay. You gotta be self-aware though. You gotta know what you can and cannot do. A lot of artists out here, or some artists that I work with, they be like, man, I want to do this, I want to do that, but you cannot do that.
Right.
You can't.
Or
do
you
that.
shouldn't be doing. You
should not
definitely
do that.
shouldn't be doing.
If you want to
it.
win, let me put you over here. Let's spin over here. Right quick. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Before you ask that question, just want to make sure, because we still got people tuning into the feed. We sitting down with Jayshawn Champion, singer-songwriter Jayshawn Champion. He has an event going on this weekend at Take 5 Lounge.
July 14th.
Sundresses and V-necks.
Sundresses and V-necks. So we hope the ladies are out there looking as beautiful, as summer beautiful as possible in those sundresses. Me and Playboy will be providing the music for that event this weekend.
Dan will be there on security. Dan will be there like, did you pay your 10, bitch? You can't come in until you pay your 10.
Hey, you know the niggas tagging him, when he come on the show. I'm everywhere, nigga. Everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Now, depending on how your sundress look.
Yeah, so this Saturday, the doors open at 7 o'clock, correct? 7 o'clock?
Doors open at 7,
Show starts at 8 o'clock.
Sharp.
Yes.
Sharp. So we started on time because I got a lot of artists this year.
When you did the one in October, bro, you was on time. You was texting me from the dressing room like, hey, we got to start. Like, yo, I'm like, all right,
I wasn't at the dressing room. I was at my house in Bedford.
You had went that far? Was you really? I thought you was in the back, nigga.
Listen. I had no time. I had to make sure everything was smooth.
Right.
When I left, I had to go all the way back home.
Right.
Shower, get dressed, and come right back. And it only took me like 15 minutes to get downtown. But man, y'all did y'all thing, man. I heard y'all. Man, listen, I had so much fun with that night, man.
Cool.
Y'all did a hell of a job.
Cool.
Great job.
We appreciate it. Go ahead.
That bring me to my one question.
$10 at the door.
Make sure y'all pull up.
Yeah, $10.
Show love, man.
It's
For
only
real.
the show that you getting on Saturday night, man. Seriously, some people is charging $35, $40 for that type of show because you got dope people, man. You got Will Blaze, incredible artists, Steve Fowler, Vashti, my young homie Dave Love. Who else? Did I say Deion Davis? Hubs Groove, the band.
Groove. They dope.
Come on, man, y'all know them. Stan Edward Moore and the Neo Experience, man. Now, if y'all ain't never heard into them, they gonna fuck y'all up. Really? Remember that song? You're my love, you're my girl.
Yeah.
You're my thing, you're my everything.
Yeah.
Stan Moore. He was the lead singer of that group. They was called the Cats.
Okay.
Hell of a job. He gonna be there in the building. Who else we got? Tarshay McMillan, Tarshay Hamilton, former wife of Anthony Hamilton.
Okay.
Very dope artist. Chandra Ray, and who else we got? We just got a whole bunch of people, man. We got Playboy the DJ.
You know what I'm saying?
In the house. We got Brainstorm in the building, hosted by a very funny comedian from Cleveland named John Bruton, man. Yeah. He's hosting it, man. We just gonna have a lot of fun. Champion Nicole's gonna be in the building too. My homie Lavelle from Kansas City, Missouri, he will be in the building. I've written some songs for him that has garnered him some success in his region. And he'll be there, man, to perform one of those songs that I've written for him, and he's a motherfucker on stage.
Right.
So, man, y'all come on out, enjoy yourself, man. It's going to be an incredible event.
What's up, man?
I just want to say this, man. As far as I was getting ready to ask you, like, it's two artists I want to ask you about, and that's Champion and Coles. Okay. I just want to say this real quick, y'all. Where My Love?
That new joint.
For all the fans out there right now that's tuned into Facebook or whatever.
Go on your streaming site now, bro.
Right now, go on all the streams,
Champion
purchase, and do what you need to do. It's a joint, Where My Love. Yep. When I tell you this motherfucking joint, dude, I got my little 4-year-old son singing that shit. He be in the back like, Where My Love?
You know what it is? You know, people don't really make music too much anymore that you could kind of
feel good, man.
Feel good. You could put it on around your lady, and y'all can just vibe out. Y'all in the car, y'all riding a dinner. You know, it's the summertime or whatever. You just put some good. That's the feel I get from that joint. That Where My Love joint, where it's just like it's just. What is y'all just at home, you know, you looking at her and man, she is looking good. Yeah. She beautiful, man, and that make you want to put them hands on her. I don't know, man.
Put these paws on her.
In the good way.
Shout out to my big brother Marlon Cole.
Yes, sir. He dope, man.
That's a singing motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he dope.
Singing motherfucker.
He's the main singer on EXO on y'all night. And this is another thing y'all should look for. Look for 9515 Champion Nicole.
Yes, sir.
That was the EP y'all did. What was that, earlier last year, correct?
9515. That's the actual date we dropped it.
Okay, so
September 5th, 2015.
Why does time move so fast?
It's crazy, right?
That's crazy.
It's crazy. That was
Jesus.
3 years ago in September, man. Wow. And so that was everybody's favorite record off of the 9515 EP. Please check it out, man.
Right now, Where My Love and that EXO has got to be my favorites right now by far. You got some?
No, man, I got a question for you, man. I just want your opinion.
What up,
but because I'm a big R&B fan. I'm a huge Bone Thugs and Harmony fan.
Okay.
Huge. But Bone's number one problem, you know what I mean, is that they would try to recreate certain songs, try to recreate Crossroads over and over and over. And it kind of dug them a hole that they couldn't really get out of. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't really recreate a Grammy song. So, like, when you are working with artists, you know what I'm saying? How do you kind of figure out your pocket? You understand what I'm saying? Are you
with that certain artist?
Yeah, because you're not trying to do you go in trying to recreate something they already did?
I think that's a mistake. I think that's a mistake. What I'll do is I'll go back. What I like to do is I like to chill with the artist. You know what I'm saying? We got some time. I like to go back and listen to old shit.
Okay.
Not their shit.
Okay.
But old shit that they like. You know what I'm saying? And try to give them another vibe.
Okay.
But make it still them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know? If that make any sense at all.
That makes sense.
Because you trying to recreate the wheel. Like if a motherfucker get with Rihanna and try to write Umbrella again, you done fucked up.
That's the problem. A lot of artists.
That's why Rihanna every time she come out, she keep fucking them up. Even though Beyonce, and I please y'all,
say it, because
don't go.
Please do it.
This
look,
dude,
man, look. But see,
Dev is problematic.
I want people to say shit that other people be scared to say.
Dev is so problematic.
I can't say nothing too fucked up.
Don't say nothing.
Because this
is
my livelihood.
Right. I
and
get
the
you.
motherfucker say, Beyonce, Jayshawn said, fuck Beyonce. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. Because I enjoy Beyonce. I'm not a fan per se of her music. I got hot sauce in my bag and all that shit. I'm not a fan of that shit. But I will say this Everything Love Beyonce, I fucks with her.
Oh yeah.
She fucked me
There's
up.
some people that don't.
I fuck,
Some
and
people-
and
it's
some
a
of her
Jay-Z
fans
album.
don't really fuck with it. But I was like,
a Jay-Z album.
This shit hard. This shit hard as fuck.
It's a Jay-Z album with Beyonce features.
That shit
If
hot,
you ask
man.
me.
And
It's hard.
she on there talking mad shit, and she can back everything up like her husband. This shit cold, man. Anyway,
Beyonce should get repetitive. But anyway. Okay.
Beyonce.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm through, man. On to the next one.
The
apologize.
terms disclosed.
Right. These are the expressions of Dev and Dev alone.
I apologize.
Dev alone.
God damn it, I like my career.
The views
I ain't
expressed-
fucking with the Illuminati.
The views expressed by Dev are not
They
the
gonna
views
catch
of
me on
DMST.
Mayfield.
These are not the views
Polish
of
boy,
DMST
nigga.
as a whole. No, not the views of DMST as a whole.
Listen, if you see this right now, if you live, if you come Saturday, if you want to give me a gift other than the $10 at the door, Avion is my favorite water, y'all. Avion, okay? Love y'all. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you were specific about the water because we ask everybody like, all right, we're called Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts, so we have a drink during the show. And I'm like, all right, so if you have something, if you want to have something, let me know. We'll go buy something for you. You was like, no, I just need water, fam. Avion.
No, that's not what I said. I ain't say it like that. Motherfucker shit. I was like, could you get me some Avion?
Right. Hold on, though. But as
Water
we were,
nigga, Evian.
no, check this out, though. As we were getting ready to start the show, we go back. We talking about Gentlemen's Club at Shaw. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker check brainstorm like, I bet you ain't get that motherfucker water.
So did.
That nigga was like, ghost in this bitch. You ain't get that motherfucking water in this bitch, did you, nigga? Nigga brainstorm was like, yeah, I got it, nigga. I got it.
I was like, James, go in the kitchen real quick. Go
Nigga, I
real
hopped
quick.
over the cord.
Yeah,
Like,
go
nigga,
real quick. Like, yeah.
You see, they not playing about that Beyonce shit. That Beehive shit, you gonna get stung and fucked up.
Yeah. And we ain't made it yet, so we ain't made it yet.
No, I ain't know. Hell no.
In the feed, we're going to be wrapping this up in just a little bit, y'all. So if y'all have any more questions for Jayshawn, go ahead and put them in there.
Man. Y'all only go for how long?
No, we usually go about an hour and 15 minutes, so we can keep going.
How long we been going?
We just about to hit an hour.
Damn.
It goes fast.
Damn.
It always goes fast. It always goes fast.
So no. Let me ask you, y'all motherfuckers.
Oh, we here for it. We here for it. Come on.
Drunk mind, sober thought.
He gotta go. I'll be back in 15 minutes.
No. So
Let's go.
So from what I gather,
Okay.
We have a new member amongst you.
Big Dev.
Big
Yes.
Dev.
Yeah.
Big Dev. Shout out to Big Dev. Been knowing him since we was kids.
Yeah,
We
man.
all went to Shaw if y'all didn't know that.
Yeah.
Shaw
High School in the building. So what happened, man? I mean, what happened with the other member? As James prepares to drink the rest of his
He said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just go ahead and drink."
No, but just in all honesty, everybody knows that's on the feed. Well, a lot of people know, most people know. Yeah. Paco was the third person. Paco is doing his own show now.
Okay.
Okay. Dope show.
Yeah, it's the Paco and Nene show, so that goes live on Sundays a lot of times too.
Okay.
So he's doing his own thing. He just, what happens? We're three people. We're all grown men. You at some point, I think maybe sometimes you outgrow situations, things like that. There's no like real animosity and anything like that. I said before, I think a couple weeks back, we saw him when we DJ'd a couple weeks ago, and I mean, didn't no furniture move. It's all good.
It's all love.
So it's timing. Everything happens in its due time. I mean, we told the story a week or so ago how, Dev, when he was sat down with us the first time, he was telling us then, this was in
late 2016.
Late 2016. He was saying then he wanted to get back into entertainment, getting back into the radio stuff and podcasts and everything like that.
Because he's dope at it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We're glad to have him here. Like he's pushing us to another level right now.
That's dope.
But at the time we was three people deep and we wasn't doing anything with a fourth person. But then this year once everything separated here, we celebrated our 100th show in April in Vegas. Man. That shit was so much fun.
Yeah, man. I was looking. What, didn't Ryan go with y'all?
Yeah. Ryan was out there.
And Mitch.
Ryan
and Mitch.
Early.
They were out there.
Y'all better be at the party, motherfucker.
We had Vegas, think you drive downtown.
Right. So it was we had a good run. I mean, we built a good base, with the way we were. We did 100 shows, and I mean, we're still moving. DMST, as we said when we came back, for us, it's a brand. It's amazing. We're sitting here right now. We are 4 dudes from East Cleveland.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
Yes, sir.
Literally. I mean, we haven't wrote a song for Usher and R. Kelly yet. We ain't did that yet, but we living and we doing our thing.
Period.
I enjoy doing this podcast. I look forward to Sundays when we sit at this table. And we do this show, and like I said, this man here, he been pushing us since he came and sat down. He got so many fresh ideas and everything,
and that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Rejuvenated, y'all recalibrated yourself, and Dev, I think Dev is dope. When I did his show back in 15,
he told us that you did the show.
Yeah, it was fun.
I was like, yo, this is.
That's what I was doing for lovers only, man.
It was dope, man. He had the little sound effects and all that shit. He played my music. Had that. What was that crazy motherfucking name?
Chuck. He's still running. He's running the station.
How's he doing?
He ran AM 216 radio.
Wow.
The station took a turn for the crazy. No, I'm joking. I love it.
No, you real.
No, the station just got. The station grew. So
they still out there rocking.
They rocking.
They still rocking
like crazy.
Yeah, so
it ain't a better party on a Friday night than
what is it? The Fuck Your Friday show?
3449 Warrensville Center Road. I'm telling you, if you want to have fun on a Friday, you better go to the Fuck Your Friday.
No
show.
doubt.
Yeah,
I'll say this. I have nothing bad to say about Paco. Beautiful. We built like Brainstorm said, a foundation. Sometimes in life, you do different things and people veer off in their own direction. And that's what happened with him.
Which everybody has the right to do.
And that was it. We all grown men.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like you say, man, you make certain moves and move a certain way, and you just got to do what you do what's best for you. Mm-hmm. And so, that's what it was. It's all love. Ain't no drama. Ain't no hate. Ain't nothing. Paco doing his thing. Nene and Paco show. Check him out. Mm-hmm. DMST gonna keep rolling because we a brand, and that's what we doing. And it's just that simple.
Flat out.
Yeah, and like I said, nothing makes me happier than sitting down doing this show. It's a good thing. We happy to have you on. I mean, I actually was thinking like, man, I wonder, do we have to be in the studio to get Jayshawn on or whatever? But I'm like, I'm like, we record it here, we edit the show here, and it's out every single Tuesday, like literally.
Man, hell no.
And we've literally talked about him being on the show
for good. Man, we were talking about before we did. We were
supposed to do something, and something happened.
You want to be in. You had to go to California for something.
Right.
I remember.
We couldn't do it, but as soon as he hit me, I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
I had time. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
So we wanted to make sure.
Where I had to come to, as long as it wasn't like.
Oh no, I mean, like
this is cool, man.
Yeah,
I'm just sorry there ain't no 2K18.
Right. That's the first thing he said too when he came in. Like, you ain't got no 2K.
Here we go again.
Fuck this nigga.
I ain't gonna.
You know what I'm saying? And where my water at, nigga?
Hey man, what y'all think? So what y'all give me your thoughts on Brian, man? We got to talk about it.
That's my thought. My bad. Go ahead. It broke. We was on air last week.
Yeah, it sure did. It broke when we weren't on the air last week. And before I do that, shout out to Jerry. She's in the feed, and Deidre, she's in the feed. But Jerry's a music head. Yeah. She loves, she's good at finding underground people.
Indeed.
So she's
the Barnett lady?
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully she'll be down there on Sunday. At the event on Saturday night at Take 5.
Fuck it up, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, we usually hit our point at about an hour. So we know we're gonna be rapping real soon.
Right.
But the Bron thing. Look, I know our homie from Indy said we was lying when he was listening to our comments from the phone because it broke when we was on air. But look, again, the sun is up in Cleveland. Like, bro, we've been through this before. He left us in 2010. Like people thought we was gonna like just collapse and the city was gonna be terrible. Like, no. It's too much stuff going on in the city for us to put everything in one person. He's great for the city. He's great for the community. He brings a lot of money into the city and downtown, all of that. I love the shit he does with the schools and everything like that. When it comes to the basketball, you can't take nothing away from that man. He's arguably the second, third best player ever. Top three ever. I'm just saying top three ever. I'm just saying he's, depending on where people fall. That's not my thing. In my opinion, he's pretty much the best other than that Jordan got 6 rings. But anyway, that's besides the point. The thing is this, when it comes to the basketball, I told y'all on the air last week, I've said it multiple times, I knew he was going to go to LA and say, give me 3 or 4 years. And he came to Cleveland and it was always 1 year. That's what we've dealt with LeBron since that first time he signed that short 3-year contract, that first extension, when he didn't commit all the way to being in Cleveland. He's always done us like this, and this is why people nationally treat us that way, because the guy that's from 40 minutes down the road treats y'all the same way. Even though he loves the area or whatever, he loves Akron, he'd be like, oh, I'll fuck with y'all, but I'm only going to fuck with y'all for a year, and then we'll reevaluate it next spring or next summer. Like, yo, that shit is weak. Yeah. Bottom line, I can't shit on him for nothing basketball related or nothing that he does as a philanthropist. He's great.
LeBron do got some hoe ass ways. He do. He do. Let's not even
don't get
about
this. He is washed in hoe assness. He takes a bath in hoe assness.
He got some hoe ass ways, man.
He's a good guy though. He's a very good guy.
Great guy.
Great
father.
Great story.
Yeah, all of that.
Everything about it.
All of that.
He got some whole ass.
But he's done some stuff for the city. Like, good. When you don't commit basketball-wise the way you've committed. He went straight to Miami and said, 4 years, sign me up. Sign me up. Sign me the fuck up. Go to L.A. and says, you know what? 3 years, option for 4. Sign me up.
He going to take that 4 years.
He come to Cleveland and said, give me one.
Give me one.
Give me one.
Give me 2.
I'll let y'all next year.
Give me 2. Option for 3.
The economy won't boom as much as it did downtown, but the economy's going to be okay.
It'll be all right.
The new LeBron James in Cleveland is Amazon.
I don't think people really understand. The cranes in the air.
Y'all think so?
Hey, man. Brother, the cranes in the air is telling the story.
Do you know how many?
From Euclid, you can see that shit from the freeway, how big that goddamn place is.
Bro, they're talking about, did y'all see the
one at
proposal? Did y'all see the proposal for the $69 million joint they trying to do up in Richmond? Richmond Mall, they trying to do a retail spot, hotels, restaurants.
I heard about that.
A building to live for motherfuckers. Crazy. Like our economy's going to be just
University
fine.
Circle, Van Aiken.
Come on, man, we're gonna be fine.
With the Silver Spot Cinema little spot down there.
Yeah,
I stumbled on that the other day.
That's right behind my job.
I'm trying to
the cinema.
I'm trying to cut through. You know that street right there with everything else. I'm trying to cut through to get to Harvard. I said, what the fuck is this?
Everything back there. It's the new Whole Foods. They got all them stores.
All that shit,
it's a cinema back there. It's gonna be about 3 or 4 sit-down restaurants along with the regular fast food spots. What I finally went in that Shake Shack back there the other day. It's okay. It's okay. I mean, the burger
they
actually,
open on Sundays. I might fuck with
the burger is actually pretty good. I actually like that one more than I like, what was it, the In-N-Out when we was out there in Vegas. I actually like In-N-Out. The In-N-Out. That In-N-Out to me was just. Nah, that In-N-Out to me was just here. Like, yeah. I like that Shake Shack a little bit better. But but that.
Five Guys is God.
I love Five Guys.
Five Guys is God. Come on, man. Come on, you tripping.
Five Guys.
Only Akron shit I gotta get credit to.
You need a steak burger? A
filet mignon with bread.
Who made this?
I need that Kobe beef, nigga.
I need that
bougie burger. Bougie burger. Shit.
Hey, people call me bougie all the time anyway, so hey, I'm used to that one though. But yeah, but that's good to see. Go ahead.
I think LeBron should come along with a lot of drama now. More, and I know it sounds crazy to people. A little bit more drama than he's worth. Not that he's not great. See, people, when you say that, they be like, well, he's the greatest of all time. He is. You know what I'm saying? But the drama that comes along with him, with the odds that are against him now, especially with guys shining down on basketball and giving Boogie Cousins to the Warriors, we'll talk about that. It just shut that Lakers shit down.
We'll do that one next week.
It shut that Lakers shit down. But it's not. If it was a guaranteed championship situation, if the NBA kind of still looked like it looked when he was in Miami, and him having a couple other stars with him would guarantee you a legitimate shot at a ring, then it's worth it. But it's not worth it right now. They 8-1 against us last 2 years in the finals.
Yeah.
Take that drama shit somewhere else, man. Either chill the fuck out and just play ball, or take that drama shit somewhere else.
Let's talk about us. What y'all think?
It's gonna be real rough. It's gonna be
I don't think it's gonna be as bad as. I don't think it's gonna be
think
as
so
bad.
either, D.
Because
We're in
the East is shitty. The East is
East.
shitty.
That's true,
bro.
Hey, man, listen, if we make an A6 through this AC, come on, man.
This is why I say it's going to be rough. This is why I say it's going to be rough. Because with LeBron comes the fact that you have to build your team around LeBron. One of the reasons why Kyrie hit the ejector seat.
Exactly.
You have to build your team around him and not other players.
And Paul George and DeMarcus Cousins.
So what happens is now that he's gone, you're stuck with players that fit with LeBron in a big way.
His mold.
And he's gone without LeBron being there. That's why the team used to lose all the time. You know, when he sat, it wasn't that they didn't have talent to not win games. You still had Kevin Love and Kyrie on the floor.
I got to say this real quick, though. The one thing that shined to me during this playoff run, when LeBron was on the floor, yes, they won because LeBron is he's a tornado. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
The team did not look as horrible with him off the floor, and they did not gel right with him on the floor. They did. Rodney Hood, Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance, they're not Corver. They're not JR. They're not LeBron players.
They're not one-dimensional guys.
I'm not going. Now, don't get me wrong. They're not going to be all stars.
Exactly what you mean.
But their game, they can hoop. They can ball.
Exactly. They can play basketball.
And LeBron and listen,
they're not specialists.
Exactly.
They
and I'm not
play
saying,
basketball.
And like I'm saying, I want people to think I'm saying that they all stars, but LeBron can restrict the game of people who actually have an expanded game.
That's right.
So we're gonna be able to see Clarkson and Hood actually play ball this year. See what happens,
And
man.
you know what? To be honest with
Love too. Love ain't really a LeBron.
They gonna get off.
That's
I wish
absolutely.
we'd have kept Jeff, man.
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
too.
I really do.
Where did he go to Washington?
Washington.
Yeah.
Washington.
They gonna be
They
all
got
right.
Dwight.
If you really
That's
pay
one
attention to
real
it, just being honest with you real quick, make it short and sweet. Cats that was nice in other places that came to Cleveland, it gained always diminished. And that's just my personal.
Because you got to be a specialist around LeBron.
Yeah.
You got to do one thing well.
And Kyrie was like, man, you got me fucked up.
Right, like
And
nigga.
he
Paul
did.
George said you got me fucked up. DeMarcus Cousins and Kawhi like y'all got me completely fucked up. You think I'm going to LA with this?
All the way fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah,
Nobody
so,
gonna
like
do that shit.
I said, as a whole, our opinions on this that we gonna be fine. I'm pretty sure y'all, we gonna be good. I mean, look, the city's gonna be good. Like you said, downtown is booming a lot more. There's still a ton of construction down there.
It's crazy.
We actually go downtown to chill. You go hit the flats and chill. I mean, it's a spot down there that we already looking at for our annual Ohio State, Detroit, Cleveland, Detroit meetup that we
That's
do
another thing
for
that
the
DMst
game.
do, man. We do an annual Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah,
meetup.
we always do it.
Rotate back and forth between Michigan and
with
Ohio.
our Detroit
Okay,
people.
that's
So
what's up.
we're gonna do it in Cleveland this year. So it's gonna be bomb. But look, it's gonna
Shout
keep
out to
going.
Jalen Harris, man. Little
Yeah.
homie, little cousin. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Shout out to our city. One thing that we're doing, one direction we're going to take our podcast in as we start to wrap this joint up is that we want to start connecting with some of our Cleveland people a lot more.
Absolutely.
Because we got talent here. We got a very, very talented brother sitting at the table with us right now. And we're 2.5 years into this podcast and we hadn't talked to him. How the fuck does that happen? So we want to make sure we start touching base with our Cleveland people and showing our city love and building our city up because it ain't as bad as what people want to say nationally. Fuck them people nationally. I don't care. I love our city.
Absolutely. I always say that shit, man. I get tired of motherfuckers being like, oh, Cleveland, ain't this. Man, look, as long as you talking about us, we relevant.
Right.
We always represent and do what we do, man.
The only thing that I hate about our city,
Go ahead and speak on it.
It's probably going to be something that we all feel.
it's just the season change, man.
Oh, yeah.
I wish Cleveland could stay like this all the time.
Oh, Cleveland would be the most beautiful place in the world if it stayed like
it'd
this.
be-
You know what's
it'd be
funny
an
though?
incredible place,
When I
man.
lived down south, there were people who, lifelong people that grew up down there that said that they missed not having a season change. Like that's kind of underrated. If you stay in a place
Wow.
like when I stayed in South Carolina, it was the winter was like our fall. So 40 some degrees during the day, maybe
Right.
30 or 20 some on a really, really cold spell.
Right.
Whatever. No snow. By March it's already warming up. March and April's already warming up. By May, nigga, it's hot. That's it.
Right.
And it's hot until October. November, so I can get what they say about them wanting to see a season change and wanting to see the leaves. And I say, that shit it's kind of overrated. It's like the people down there, I've never seen snow before. It's an overrated experience. Trust me, it's a very overrated experience.
It ain't helped that this winter legitimately lasted about 6.5, 7 months.
It felt terrible.
This is the longest winter ever.
Long.
It felt
because I used to always be like, I love it. This winter whooped my ass, bro.
Somebody in the feed, Jerry, say y'all can have the summer, please. Y'all can have the winter.
Man,
I can't the winter.
I love fall, but this had to been like the shortest spring ever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We had no
spring lasted 3 weeks.
It was like spring.
Yeah.
From 75 to 90, nigga.
Yeah, like what the hell happened?
Yeah.
Yo, man, shout out to Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts, man. I
Thank you, brother.
appreciate y'all for having me here. I'm honored, man, and I come back anytime y'all call me, man.
Thank you, man.
Anytime I'm here, man.
Thank you.
I fucks with y'all just because y'all just some good dudes, man.
Thanks,
Always
man.
have.
Appreciate it.
And in the addition to Dev, man.
Thanks, man.
Incredible, man.
Appreciate it. We appreciate it. Let everybody know where they can find you, follow you.
Follow me at I got a brand new Instagram joint, so I don't have that many followers, man. Kingpin Champion, KINGPEN Champion, spelled that way. And Jayshawn Champion on Facebook. 2 words, JAYSHAWN. That's 1 word, and then Champion is
the other one.
Word
Yeah.
that, so.
You can't have no more friends on Facebook because on my DJ page, my second one, I tried to add you as a friend, and it's just like, no, he's reached the length of it already. So you got that many people.
Well, y'all can like him and follow him.
You know what? I'm gonna go on my
like
Facebook tonight, and I'm gonna find somebody that's dead, and I'm gonna unfriend them.
Michael Jackson. No, I'm joking. All right.
Find somebody that's dead, man. Yo, man, Saturday night, July 14th. Sundresses and V-necks. Come help me celebrate my birthday. I'll be 38, man. It's going to be an incredible evening.
It's going to be a good night.
Great music,
Absolutely.
Man. Great food, great people, no bullshit, safe environment. Just come in your best, man, because I got a cold-ass photographer that's going to take cold pictures, so you better come in that bitch right.
Right.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Dev, let them know where they can find you.
It is Big Dev, man. Like I always say, I'm here to spread love in a world full of hate. If anybody told you, I love you. And if you don't love me back, it's all right because my mama do, man. A real Big Dev.
Real talk.
Everywhere.
Playboy, go ahead.
At the end of the day, it's Playboy the DJ, man. Playboy DADJ.
Always at the end of the day.
You can find me on Instagram, Playboy_James3. You can find me on Facebook under my government. If you know me, then you know me. You can find me on Twitter under Playboy_DJ. And at the end of the day, man, thank you for coming through, man.
Hey,
Most
man.
definitely.
Hey, real talk. I told Brainstorm, rather. Excuse me. I told Brainstorm when I knew
Him
that
downstairs. Who was
him
him?
downstairs.
Who was him?
I told him when you was coming through, or when he told me you was coming through, and everything was solidified. I'm like, man, I'm excited,
Yeah.
and that's I want you to know personally, that's a genuine ass thing right now.
I appreciate it, man.
And I can't wait for July 14th once again. What is it? Sundresses and V-necks.
Yes.
Man, take
Women,
5.
Sundresses.
Right.
Women.
If you don't, you got to leave.
Big ones.
If you don't, you got to pay 20.
But for all your success and to the success that's coming along the way.
It's coming.
In the future, because this damn show coming.
Appreciate it,
Because I know your character. And I know what
sir.
you do, man. Hey, nothing but love, baby.
Appreciate
That's
that.
what's up.
Appreciate
That's what's up. So you have been tuned in to the Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts podcast. Once again, thank you for coming through, Jayshawn. We will see you on Saturday night. Follow us on all the social medias that you will want to follow us on. We are on Facebook. Obviously, if you're watching the show right now, you already fuck with us on Facebook, Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts podcast. But if you're listening either on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, the Stitcher, and TuneIn Radio app, if you're listening on any of those platforms, remember to follow us on Facebook, Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts podcast. Why not watch us do this show every single week?
Absolutely.
Follow us on YouTube, Drunk Mind Sober Thoughts podcast. The episode will be out on YouTube. So if you don't have a Facebook and you still want to watch us, then go to YouTube, subscribe to us, and follow us. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, DMST Boys, and that is BOYZ. You get all of our latest information there. You already got our solo social media information. Email us at dmst16@yahoo.com with your questions, feedback. If you ever got a topic you want us to address, hit us up there. And when you're on Apple Podcasts, go ahead and leave us a review. I don't know when the last time was we got a good review or just a review on Apple Podcasts, period. So
I don't know.
Leave us a review. If you got that iPhone, go ahead and sign up, subscribe to our page and leave us that review.
All reviews is good reviews, man.
Yes. So to give y'all a heads up right now, we'll probably be a little later next Sunday when we go live, just because of scheduling with everything else. So expect us probably around 7-ish or so next week, maybe even 8. We know it's a school night for you adults, a work night, but hey, stay up with us and still have some fun. So we'll be live. You can follow me on everywhere on social media, DJ Brainstorm for you. That is DJ Brainstorm, the number 4, the letter U.
Hold on, man. You gotta hit me with a.
You gotta hit me with a Luther.
No.
I ain't saying for no nigga.
No, that's like the motherfucking wasabi. You want me to put this in your mouth? Hell no. You ain't squirting shit in my mouth from no cylinder contraption. You ain't putting it in my wife's mouth either. Listen, real quick.
Go.
Listen, me and my people went to a Japanese house the other night, and it was this white couple, and dude took it in, but then when the little chef dude went to the white woman, she was like, I'm like, no, man. I say, hey, bro.
Getting all over her face and just like,
I mean, she
Put it in my face. Put it in my face.
Let me face. Oh God, yeah, baby. Oh yeah, love that. It's so bad. Like, no, man, hell no. I looked at my wife like, you bet. I said, you bet not, goddammit.
shit.
Yeah, I'm gone.
All right, yo, we out this thing. Ain't no follow up to that, man. We out this. Peace, y'all. Peace.
Peace.